Everything looks in order, thankfully. And we have a fourth guest. We got the No Name Dog in the chat right now. So welcome everyone. Just want to say thank you guys for coming along in this 14 weeks journey. So welcome to
Damn.
episode 14. We finally got the Grandmaster. He's awake. He's ready. And we have none other than Ekuegan. He's just putting away the dog that he has in his home. Oh, no, never mind. The dog is back. So, yeah, we welcome Ekuegan to the building. Thank you so much for making the time and, waking up. Appreciate it.
Waking up, dude. I got a regular schedule to be here.
Hey, man. I know it, and we appreciate it because we've been wanting to have you on the podcast for a while. So it's finally we got to coordinate a time and make it work. And obviously, you have your two favorite people here. You got Liger and myself, right? So,
Boy. Boys.
So let's talk about PAX West 2018. I'm sorry.
So can we not?
Sorry, I had to start out like that.
That would be great if we did.
No, we won't talk about that time. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, we welcome Ekuegan. If you guys don't know who he is, if you're listening, he's a huge Destiny 2 streamer. I think he's easily top 3 for most hours in all of Destiny. I think you're still up there. If you guys need help with Grandmasters, he does that from time to time. And he does all sorts of other things. And he's been playing Hades, I've noticed. And he's sometimes a variety streamer, but his main game is Destiny 2. But for other than Destiny, EK, tell us, tell everyone who you are and what you're about.
Well, just a dude that plays video game. I do my best to how to, try to break down a lot of Destiny stuff. But after a while, I started noticing, like Destiny has a limits, right? And I feel like people expect more, when you can like do other things or you can find ways to make the game fun for yourself. But yeah, Hades, Gunfire Reborn, even RoboQuest, these were games that I was just like, I started picking up and just enjoyed it. Like Genshin is a game that I would pick up, but like there's so much to grind that game. I'm just waiting for Beyond Light as well. But yeah, you can find me on Twitch, usually live every day for at least 10 hours.
Which is insane to me, man.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're streaming,
awesome.
like you're streaming while I'm awake, then I go to bed, I wake up, and this man's still streaming. Like,
Yeah. He's pulling a triple wreck special.
well,
You go to bed.
he actually streams.
But he's
though.
actually streaming.
He's actually
Yeah,
streaming.
no,
That's
he's actually streaming.
yeah.
But he's on that schedule though. It's wild to be able to stream that long. To stream through the night. It's wild.
EK, why do you stream that long? Like, is this like a choice? Do you feel like you need to do that? Like, why? Why 70 hours a week?
I don't even know. I don't think I need to.
Okay.
It's just one of the things that became like norm.
Okay.
But then I had to break it down where I had to fit in working out and like going for walks because like my lower back started hurting. So like it used to be longer than that, but that kind of changed. So I was like, I got to focus on my health, and then I can focus on streaming because there's a lot that goes on with streaming. Also luck, you got to be in the right place at the right time. So like I don't really stress about that, that stuff kind of anymore. Or like I don't even worry about numbers anymore. Like if I'm live and I have a bunch of viewers, I do. If I don't, it's part of it.
Has it ever bothered you in the past, or have you just hit that point now, like maturity, that you're just like, you know what, I'm just doing it because I love it?
Yeah, in the past, like it was one of those things. Like, I feel like you do a lot more than most folks, and there's like a resentment towards like the community not supporting what you do, and after a while, I just accepted it for what it was, and then because that kind of messes with your energy or what you're doing. So I kind of let it go, and I just started doing my own thing, made videos, try to help people, and then Grandmasters came out, and that became like the thing that I did because no one else wanted to do it or didn't they didn't see it as challenging.
Well,
Even then, now when Grandmasters first came out, I used to do like very long hours, like 20 hours You just sit there, people waiting, you just like pulling them through. And I felt like if someone waited that long, maybe I could push a little bit longer just to get them done. But now it's like when I'm off, and then when I'm back, I'm back. You know, because half of those people, nothing against them, but like half of them are just there to get their shit done. Once their stuff is done, you'll never see them again.
It's
So
true.
it's more like, you know, I got to make it to where it's convenient for me.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of control over it. Otherwise, you'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, you're essentially, I don't even know what's a phrase for it, but you're not working for yourself. It's kind of like you're forcing yourself to work for everyone else. You know what I mean? And that's not good for anyone, especially if you're pulling in over 70 hours a week. Like I work, typically around 40 to 50, but anything more than that, I'm just like, if I'm not working for myself, like I'll work over 50 hours, but if I'm not working for me, then you're not going to enjoy it as much, right? So I respect that, when you're off, you're taking time off. And then those people that are waiting, they can always come back. Like it's not like they don't got time. They still have a couple more weeks anyways. And obviously, I believe all the Nightfalls are up now, right? So
yeah, they're all up. Yeah, for the last week, so got plenty of time.
yeah, so that's easy enough. I know Liger had some questions about your, what was it, basketball or biking, I think you had.
Yeah, so like when you lived in New York, what what made you want to be a package like a bike delivery person? Like that shit seems fucking intense.
It was fun, man. Plus it kept me in shape, especially for college, because when I came back during the summer, I wanted to like be active. So I would play like basketball leagues, but being on the bike is a different kind of cardio. Especially preseason is not fun. And I noticed like the previous year that I did bike messaging, I was great. Like for preseason, I wasn't like in pain. I was keeping up. I had the pace, and then it just became like a natural thing. Each summer I came back, and I just got back on the bike, and it's fun too. It's just like biking is almost like therapy, man. You don't pay attention to it because you're just biking.
Yeah.
You don't think about much. You're paying attention to the road, and you're just chilling. You know.
What have you got you ever got like close to like getting hit? You ever got thrown off your bike?
Yeah, plenty of times. Almost got doored plenty of times.
Okay.
So like you fall, you get up, get back on the bike, and that's about it. Like with anything in life, there's gonna be pros and cons to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta be cautious. You pay attention to people, especially in New York. People walk and they don't even pay attention to people around them. They're just
Honestly, you're right about that. Yeah. And people jaywalk a ton in New York. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. I remember my first time there, and I'm just like, I'm stopped, right? Like, it's red. You're just waiting, and then all these people, just like group of people, just crossing the street. I'm just like, where am I? Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, I've actually seen someone on a bike. So I'm driving, and this bike right to my right goes down, and this person's parked to the side, opens their door, and I actually physically saw someone hit that door and flip their bike. And thankfully, that person got right back up. But damn, bro.
Indoor is not fun, man. Like
it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it fucking you go flying. Bike stage, you go flying.
Yep.
And
you ride a track bike. There's no brakes. Your legs are the brakes. But it's also because when you see someone do that, you can like do like emergency like stop, which will help you. But yeah, most of the time, people, they have their brakes, and even if they press it, you're gonna go forward because of momentum. So you're getting cucked anyway. And like cab drivers tell people when they open up the doors, like watch out for a biker.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people are tourists too. Like in New York City, there's a lot of tourists in New York City.
Yeah. My heart is melting right now because I hear that dog, and it is just the sweetest little noise ever. I can't stand puppy noises.
This is what
they get me.
EK's gonna find, a girl like walking down the street. He's gonna have this dog. He's gonna carry the dog. He doesn't walk the dog, he carries the dog, and he's just gonna have this dog, and he's just gonna sweep someone off their feet and be like, "Oh my god, it's adorable."
Full of energy, man.
Oh, that is too good. Well, that's crazy. I There was a movie. I'm going to compare it to a movie, but it was a movie with what's that movie about bike messengers, and it has
Oh, Joseph
Sorry.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of movies.
It's a
It doesn't
lot.
even
Yeah.
like close to like what bike messaging is in New York City. It's funny that like people like made movies for it because like the one that I watched, it was so cheesy. I was like, we don't just run away from cops all day and like it was just I don't know. Someone decided to like have their own vision of what they think bike messenger work is in New York City, and then made a movie for it.
And that was a good. I actually enjoyed that movie. It was very different.
I enjoyed watching it, but I know movies are never obviously the same.
Yeah.
What was there anyone that like worked for the like company? Like, was there anyone that was just like total asshole and you didn't like working with them? Like, did they try and like I don't know, like bike messaging, like how it is, like competitive? Like, is it?
Yeah. To
Is
to
it
get
so
like,
like you get A to B and back to get more deliveries?
yeah, there's also like busy shifts. There's stuff like in the wintertime. I remember one winter, uh, there was a shift uptown, and there was supposed to be three of us. The other two guys called out. It was like negative, like 10-degree weather,
Oh shit.
and people didn't want to go outside, so they ordered food. And I
Yep.
remember delivering. I was the only delivery guy that night. So whenever I came back to the restaurant, I never even like went back inside. I just stood outside because I didn't want to get warm and then have to go back into the cold. And that shift, I made maybe like $600 off of tips.
Wow.
But I was still mad at the other two. I'm like, we could have shared this. Like, why be so lazy because it's cold out? Like you signed up for the job. You know what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it's raining, like you have like waterproof socks. So like your shoes gonna get wet and everything inside of it, but your socks will keep you dry, and you just go on, man. I
Yeah.
remember getting gear for everything. Like honestly, that job just mentally kept you in shape. Having to take the Williamsburg Bridge to into the city every day was fun. And then your way home was like, you're like, man, I got to take that bridge back home. This is going to be tough. But that was like one of the best things because when you're tired, you push yourself a little bit further every time. So like that was like an awesome thing. I do miss that about New York, like being able to just like get on the bike and just go wherever, you know.
How many miles a day typically did you ride?
I never even like paid attention to it. Everyone had like a section that they would cover for work, and
Okay.
there were some times where I have to go into Brooklyn from like the Lower East Side, New York, Manhattan, and those were annoying because you have to keep taking the bridge, and that was like a harder shift. Whereas like someone is, they're given Midtown and like Times Square, all they have is from like 24th Street all the way up to like 85. There's like a bunch of huge like lanes and everything. That's like an easy, like go up, go down thing. Whereas like I have to basically kind of go through two barrels. So it also depends on shifts when it came to New York City. But a lot of people were cool. There were like different spots where like if you were taking a break, you knew everyone was gonna be at this spot. Like drinking a beer or having a water or whatever they're doing. Like the bike culture was awesome. And then, there's also like sad moments, like if someone gets hit by a car or something like that.
Yeah.
And, you know,
It's
you
like
have to go
a
out.
it's like a little family, is what you're saying, like with the people you work with.
And then there's also like the Red Hood Crit race, because I race for a bike company, and you can see like all different bike messages that you work with, or like the people from different companies. Even though that was our jobs, we also wanted to compete like in a different way, right? So
Cool.
Red Hood
Wow.
Crit was those things, yeah. So you have like all these mini races in the city, and honestly, they were all fun. Like there were different checkpoints. Cops didn't really mess with you because they thought you were just working the job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you win?
Nah, I came in like third a few times.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That's
I mean,
that's a
if you ain't
competition's
hurt,
fun.
though, If you ain't first though, you last.
Yeah, but
So
think about it too. You have like pros, like guys that like
yeah,
race like not only track bikes but like cyclocross, people that do mountain stuff.
Oh,
Fair enough.
fuck.
Legit shit, Tour de France style shit.
The road bike guys, yeah. Like a Chanelli's team was there. Like you have guys that are like signed by like some of the top biking companies, you know, like out there racing.
Yeah,
That was the part about it. You were able to like race against some of the best people around.
And their bikes are, I've seen bikes go for like tens of thousands of dollars. Like there's some craziness
yeah.
out there, man. Like there's some nice like carbon fiber like bikes. These like new, they're so light. Like I've seen them like on some YouTube videos.
Yep.
It's pretty
Dude,
intense, man.
like, yeah.
they're basically the weight of the tires.
Yeah. Honestly, that's literally what it is. So
Yeah.
so you have obviously were a bike messenger. Like, how did you transition that into gaming? I believe Destiny was one of your first games that you consistently played, right?
Yeah. I want a PS4
Oh yeah, I
from
remember
college, and
from Taco Bell, right?
Yep, it was the Destiny PS4, and that's how I got into Destiny, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Was it the Taken King one or is the normal white one?
The normal white one.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice one, though.
That Taken King one is my favorite. It's sitting right next to me.
Nice. Yep. And then it's weird. I won Xbox One X.
What a guy!
When I was
Eh?
in Taco Bell.
This guy be rigging it, bro. Rigging it.
Well, that was the thing where you had to do a bunch of completions, right? Or no, is that something different?
No. You're thinking of Rockstar Energy. That's what EK did do that.
Oh,
but
okay.
That he did the you eat like if I'm not mistaken, EK, you eat a lot like at Taco Bell, and then they give you like these coupon codes that you enter online. Like yeah. The Rockstar EK did do it, but then there's so many cheaters in that contest. People farming like lost sectors. Even I tried for a little bit, but then at one point you're just like, well, screw this. And then someone had like a whole family, like a group of people, so they were, bro, you had no chance unless you had a team with you, and they ended up winning, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, or disqualified.
Yeah, I after a while, it wasn't put right together. It was like people just looked into the corrupted trike, and they went into the blind and well. They were just killing stuff in there over and over and over to get points. So it wasn't even on strikes completions. And then the gambling one was basically the same thing. You know?
Yeah. And to me, like that's why you don't see another Rockstar competition, right? It's tough to manage something like that. So you stream now, you stream consistently, and one of the biggest questions I've always wondered about partnered streamers, so you enjoy what you do, but do you have like an end goal? Because being a partnered streamer, obviously, there's it's not easy. Like when I look at you streaming as much as you do, I've always wondered like, there's no, Twitch doesn't give you insurance. Twitch doesn't give you like a life plan or a retirement savings plan. Like, are there other goals you have in mind, like where you want to head to, or is this like your life? Like this is what you want to do till you're 50, 60, etc.
Well, Twitch has a lot of opportunities. You basically have to be the right size, right? Like when it comes down to a lot of it, there's people that like get contract and they get paid monthly on top of what they already make. And like,
True.
There's the like, hey, you have to stream like 100 hours a month and you have to run these ads or you have to do this. There's also that. So there are people at that level, right?
I didn't know you get paid. I didn't know you get paid on top of it if you're a contract streamer.
Yeah, that's what you
That's
see.
cool.
They re-signed with Twitch. That's basically what's happening there.
Because they want to keep you independent from everyone else. Like they just signed an 18-year-old, like if I'm not mistaken, 18-year-old, like a Fortnite player the other day, and you're just like damn, like.
About I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they just signed one of my friends who I watch him play PUBG all the time. He just announced that he just signed with Twitch. And I'm like, it's pretty cool. So.
When you start out as a partner, there's a lot to it too, because there's definitely tiers of partners. There's like, okay, you just got partnered. What are your stats? Okay, your stats are good enough to have a partner manager. We'll give you a partner manager, or you work your way up to a partner manager, and they have it to where you can then fight out of the 50-50 where you can make a 60-40, and then the last contract that they can possibly give you is a 70-30, which is like a premium contract, and there's like different averages for that too. So it definitely has tiers in there, but it almost seems like they also control a lot of that, especially after seeing like how Katie Hassan was with like giving people premium contracts even if they didn't deserve it and stuff like that. It's just
True.
it's
It's definitely because again, I'm sure you love what you do, but for me, like, I've always wondered, like, so is there something like so what is your end goal? Like, what's because everyone has like a 5 year plan. I would assume so, anyways. Like, what's your
Yeah.
next step, EK? Like, are you? Because I'll be honest with you, I've always thought you'd be a great fit to work at Bungie, like in their kind of like I don't even know if a community manager, but more something like maybe behind the scenes to like help them develop the game in terms of
Playtest.
playtest, maybe like maybe a playtest lead though, like someone that leads
Yeah.
charge. Because out of anyone I watch, you are probably I don't know anyone that's as technical as you. Like you, if I ask you, EK, what to use in a corrupted Grandmaster Strike, you're like, yeah, no problem. And I think you have a notebook for some of this stuff too, and you're just like, yeah, you're gonna do this, done. Or watch my YouTube video. Like you have distinct
Yeah.
characteristics for everything you do, right?
Yeah.
So what is the next step? Like, do you have a goal like that's you're striving for?
I've been doing like voice acting classes, and I've been
Oh,
like different roles. But I don't know. I haven't really seen any of that kind of come back yet. And even like getting into the game industry, it seems like there's so many doors. That, you got to know someone. Even if you apply, you might get a chance, you might not.
hmm
The whole Bungie thing, even the becoming a playtester, you basically have to give up everything, like your Twitch, your YouTube. You can't really upload or do anything. Your job is just to like kind of focus on what they do. So kind
Yeah.
of all that up.
and you can't
well.
enjoy the game, I guess. You can't like because you'll know all the secrets, and I guess you will never be able to fully experience it again, I guess.
Isn't
Yeah.
that why what's his name stopped streaming and stuff for a long time? He's
Hol-
on who?
Holtzman.
Holtzman.
Yeah, Holtzman. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to Holtzman. Yeah. So like he couldn't, stream or, talk about the game and stuff like that because he was playing it. Like he was seeing it firsthand.
Yeah, that's
Happens though.
wild.
It was a choice that he took.
Because
Probably a smart.
Because I could even see you in as a community manager, like listen to people's feedback, because I feel like you'd probably be a rare community manager in some way because a lot of them, and this goes for Ubisoft and all the other companies as well, they just take feedback, but they don't really say much more than that unless it's like a public, like a state of the game type of thing where they talk about it. I think you'd at least respond. So for example, in the latest TWAB, I don't even this, Liger. They changed hand cannons. I think you probably heard about it.
I saw everyone
Complain about it.
crying about
So
150s being no more.
yeah, so they changed. So 150s are gone. They're all converted to 140s. They upped the
Low-key
110s
stupid.
to 120s. So to me, being more of a, I don't want to say I'm a hardcore anymore in Destiny, but I would say, well, let's wait to see those changes. Liger, obviously, you've seen people complain on Twitter about these changes. I think EK, and I don't know if you'd agree with me, EK, if you see people complaining about this, you'd be like giving them a different perspective. Like, here's why we're doing it. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, when they when they complain about something, they don't really have the facts or why they're complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, oh, why 140s gonna be the only thing in the game? Why why not just make all 140s 150s instead? But the thing about 150s and 140s, there's not that much of a gap. It's 0.7 seconds to shoot the gun. I understand that the time to kill goes down, but I feel like I've died to a bunch of 140s lately. Like people using Ace of Spades, like even like 110s going up to 120s. That's a pretty nifty thing right there. It's just like whenever someone's favorite gun or favorite archetype gets touched a little bit, they kind of go crazy about what's happening in the game. And I don't know, it seems more like a positive thing. It seems more like a balanced thing. So that means maybe there's going to be like more hand cannons in the future. Now there's only one, 140. It's not just like, oh, we have 110s, 140s, 150s, and 180s. Now there's 4, right? So then maybe they can put more energy into actually building more, because like if I'm looking for a solar hand cannon, there's only one, and it's an array. If I'm looking for an arc one, there's only one. It's from last week.
Yeah.
There's not even a void one, because that one is going to get sunsetted. So this might give them more, more time to give us more things. Who knows? Like until like everything drops, I feel like we shouldn't like cast judgment right away. And time to kill is not that bad.
Yeah.
0.7, that's not even that much, Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand if competitive or like, people are getting paid millions for tournaments or whatever, but it's not. Like we have to come to a point where we know that everything that when it comes to PvP and Destiny, all of it is free. You don't even have to pay for endgame PvP, which is trials.
True.
So like you have to look at him like this is truly a PvE game. I know you're telling me this, and I main PvP, so I'm not gonna let you say it, but it is. Like you're paying for a new story, you're paying for a new raid, you're paying for new strikes and stuff. That's what you're paying for. If you want to play Destiny PvP for the rest of your life, you can do that for free throughout the entire.
Sure.
That's actually very true. Honestly, with all the adept weapons coming for trials now, it's free, right? Like there's nothing more to it to that. So that's actually a good point, because it's clear you are paying for PvE. You're paying for cutscenes, you're paying for story, you're paying for raids, strikes, dungeons, whatever, right? So totally makes sense. Because I felt like on Twitter was there's everyone bitching, you know what I mean? It's like the game's not even out yet. We haven't had the ability to test these things out. Like we should trust that these developers who have been making this game for so many months now understand, okay, this makes sense to us, and I know they nerfed Mountaintop. I think Mountaintop is still going to be a beast in PvP personally, based on how they adjusted the numbers. But yeah, no, I feel like everyone just needs to wait. I think we're just so used to bitching on Twitter. Like any twab bitch.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's all people do.
Yeah, people weren't bitching that much when hand cannons hit at freaking like scout rifle range, right? They weren't complaining about that.
Oh, never. No.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't complaining about that.
This is fine. Don't pay attention to this.
As soon as Hard Light was doing stuff like that, people started complaining, And then as Hard Light was gone, and then Encius, I can't win my my shotgun battles anymore because that tank keeps blocking it out. It's just it goes one to another always.
Oh, yeah.
And I think when they come up with these exotics and stuff, they just want people to go in Crucible and have fun with it.
Yeah.
They
not
don't
take it seriously.
Right? That's why the sandbox changes all the time. And you're like, oh man, I'm loving this, this loadout. Boom, ARs are a thing now. Yeah, you don't like ARs, they're easy, but you're gonna have to use ARs. Why? Because that's what they changed the sandbox to. I think they're just doing that to get people in to just have fun and not worry about like, being the greatest Guardian who's never died in a Crucible match ever type of thing.
No, and it's 100% true, because everyone's complaining about these minuscule changes, right? And then you think about it, you're like, there's gonna be more abilities in the game. This game, to me anyways, feels like a reset. I feel like they're starting over once again, but without technically with a new game, right? So I've been telling my friends who's coming back to Destiny that, because they're worried like, oh, do I need to do this? And I'm like, you don't need to do anything. You can just start a Beyond Light and you're pretty much where everyone is, because everything's pretty much reset. And anything that people are gonna normally use, let's face it, you'll find something new in the game. So like I'm excited for the new abilities.
And every expansion like this, they always give people hey, you're 1060. Like you don't, if you're behind, like for instance me, I think I'm 1050 or 51. Can I get to base 1060 in the next few weeks? Sure, of course. I just have to play every week and get my powerfuls. Or I could just come back on day one and be 1060. and most of the guns that I'd be using anyway are getting sunset, so it's not like I'm worried about having to carry those weapons up. So realistically, it doesn't really matter.
And I know people complain about the drought, like from how they expanded 3 months because obviously the delay, and I'm assuming the delay is for because of the new consoles, right? But I think one thing people don't understand because everyone's complaining about arrivals, like I've noticed on Twitter, but you can't look at arrivals as 6 months. You got to look at arrivals as 3 months, as it was originally intended, right?
Yeah.
And I loved arrivals. I thought it was an awesome season for what it was, because I don't know. I kind of like the storyline, like with all of the ships, and then the minor event that happened like right before the season started. Like the story is starting to make sense, right? There is starting to be a beginning, middle, of end and end. Um, and I think people were just looking at it more of a 6 month term. And I think we're gonna be in it for a good surprise with Beyond Light. I'm excited. Like I'm ready for it, man. And I know
I mean,
EK is his
like,
solid Ray team.
yeah, like people talk about like the guillotine getting nerfed. Yeah, the guillotine was good. Other swords can keep up, and before the
Mhm.
guillotine, no one ever used the hunter sword, and that had the best DPS. And then like there's an exotic sword coming that's gonna have NT barrier on it,
Oh, that
and that's
looked good.
it's just like, why are you so worried about the guillotine? The guillotine is still gonna be a good gun, but there's gonna be more stuff. There's also going to be like stasis weapons,
Hmm.
and like I haven't even touched these subclasses yet. Maybe some of this stuff got tuned because maybe stasis, there's perks and stasis that are going to make some of the stuff too strong. People were talking about like effigy. Oh, what's going on effigy? Why are they nerfing it? Is it going to be good in the raid or something? Or we don't know. We don't know
Yeah,
what's going to be going together. You just gotta kind of patiently wait it out and see. Maybe they
100%.
tested.
No, 100%. When it comes to all those, again, it's going to be, like I said, like a new game, a new experience. And that's what I'm excited for, because I don't know about you guys. I don't want to use the same weapons all the time. Like, I want to have a new reason every single time. Like, I was a huge fan of the Kindled Orchid for like PvE stuff.
hmm
Um, Honestly, I know everyone likes the uh what is it? The, I can't believe I'm blanking. The auto rifle that everyone wanted nerf. What is it?
Our light. Oh no, hunger.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to like actually any of the ARs,
Yeah,
I don't like to. I know people use them in PvP, but I actually like using ARs in PvE personally. I think it's a good experience, and I think this will make people try new things, especially with the new class.
yeah.
Um, so in terms of obviously Beyond Light, everyone is going to be talking about it lately. You do have a raid team, right? I saw that on Twitter. That's a pretty solid team, man. How do you feel? Like what's your confidence level for the raid? Because this is the first time I feel like you posted something like that, right?
Yeah.
So what
I
do you?
mean,
who
because
who created the team?
but like when we were putting the team together, we thought like, Gigs and these guys already had a six. And then, they didn't have a six. So now we're like working ways around to figure out how to get someone into their team without like taking one out of ours, you know? Um, but it's gonna be tough, man. I think that's gonna be a fun day one. Um, the only thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and this has nothing to do against even like Redeem or anyone else that got like World's First before, it just feels like the people that actually like figure out the things usually don't end up with the world's first because people watch them figure it out and then go tell someone else
No, of
and
course.
another person executes, and that kind of takes away from like all the world's first hype for me most of the time because I feel like certain glory got like stolen from others, and
Yeah,
then even with like the whole Scourge thing, people getting DDoS. It's just I just want it to be like a smooth day and then just get it over with and then kind of get back into content because it used to be like fun, man, for day one raids. Now it's just turned into like a slow nightmare where like, people are eager to kind of do anything to try to get that, that prize, man. It's actually kind of scary, you know? You got
Honestly, yeah.
discourse so they can get to IP and all that stuff. It's actually, it's very wild, dude.
Yeah, because I'm excited for the new raid. Liger and I are we have a little team, not as extreme gamers as UEK and the tier one boys, but and
Uh,
girl, but when it comes to the new raid, I'll I gotta say, like I'm always excited when a new raid comes out, but not to be first. I just want to complete it.
Yeah.
To be straight up, I just want to get that moment because I think I'll be honest, I haven't had that feeling in a while, like completing a raid, unless it was like Crota. I remember beating Crota on the first day and getting that glow type of a skin. Oh,
Yeah.
that was
yeah,
exhilarating, man. That was a good time.
The last raid I completed, I think, like week 1 was Wrath. I have not competed in a day 1 blind raid since Wrath.
But why is that? Like because of work or why?
Yeah, just work and life got in the way. I
yeah.
wasn't able to prepare, wasn't able to, have time off. But now that it's on a Saturday, I know from the time that it launches until 12 days later, I should have enough time to get to the base for, the challenge mode. So it'll be nice.
I love the challenge mode thing, and then like how artifact doesn't really kind of
Yeah.
matter and stuff like that. And I mean, it's 2 weeks. I don't bounty prep. I think 2 weeks you got plenty of time
Yep.
to get what you need to get done.
Yep.
People are always panicking. What bounty should I say? What bounty
Mhm.
shouldn't I say?
Mm-hmm.
Just game.
You know what
Yeah.
I find it funny, and I'm not gonna call out any names on Twitter, but I should. But I hate seeing people on Twitter advocate on deleting bounties. They advocate that like Bungie should delete all the bounties right before every expansion, etc. But then
Yeah.
they're the ones still bounty prepping.
Yeah.
So if you're advocating this, then you should lead by example, is what I'm saying. Because if you're gonna do it anyways, and everyone watching you is gonna be like, well, he's saying this on Twitter, but he's doing this, so I'm clearly gonna bounty prep. Like, personally, I'm not. I have bounties that I haven't like claimed yet, but I'm not like going on every character having 50 bounties because you're right. At the end of the day, it's not gonna make that much of a difference because you're gonna have to grind the game regardless.
Yeah, because either way, you're just gonna be like, oh look, I got my pass to 100 in like 2 days or 3 days. Cool, good for you. But it's about the finish line, not the starting. Like, and that's what a lot of folks. I feel like people just kind of ruin their own experience for themselves by rushing through everything and then complaining about not having content because you rush through it.
Yep.
They rush through it, then they save more balance for the next content. Oh, okay, can't wait for the next one. It's like, yeah, you didn't really get to enjoy it. You legit just broke everything that you needed in the first 2 weeks because you've been working on it months before. I don't know. I don't want to turn video games into homework. I want to play them. I don't want to sit here and
100%. I'm with you there. I think
And that's why kind of like Destiny, like the last 6 months has been 6 months to 12 months really. Has like routed me out is because it has been seeming like homework. It seems like I'm just doing the same shit over and over and over, and it's not rewarding enough for me. And it sucks because I used to want to come home and play Destiny every single day after work for 5-6 hours. Like I miss that. So I really hope that the direction they're going brings that drive back for me.
that's okay, Liger. We don't want you back. I'm joking.
What the fuck? What in the fuck?
It's okay, Liger. Go to work. We don't want you on Destiny 2. Everyone, if you're watching this YouTube video or like listening on Anchor, just reply with a comment saying that you don't want Liger back. And if we get like 100 people saying that, then we'll make sure we ban Liger. I'm joking.
Ban me for my home podcast. Okay.
Imagine it.
Look with that.
No, I'm excited for what's to come. I think it would have been cool if they pushed the raid out maybe another week or two, because I don't want to feel that I need to rush the content in those 2 weeks. I know it's plenty of time to level up. It's gonna be like 200 levels, but I feel like it would have been nice to play this content and like enjoy it a little bit. And
yeah, but it's gonna be all base level. It's not like it's
plus like the first day or two.
salt cap. It's soft cap leveling, right?
Yeah. The first, yeah, like the first day or two, people are probably going to be hitting that soft cap anyway.
True.
And, you know,
Yeah.
you have like a whole week to get that done. And then with the story, like for me, I'm probably going to do the story. I know people say, oh, there might be a powerful there when you end. Sure, but I
True.
still
Yeah.
I want to play the game for what it is.
I'm hoping for
You know?
cutscenes, please.
Yeah.
That's all I care about, man. I want that like that old experience. I know the Destiny 1 story wasn't that great, but at least there was cutscenes, man. There was cutscenes in every single mission pretty much, and that's what I want. I want to just
Yeah.
see some shit like all the time.
I just want more mission. I want more story, not so much cutscenes, but well, I guess cutscenes. Yeah, I just want more meaningful story because it's like at the end of the last, the Red Keep. Was it the Red? Nah, yeah,
Shadowkeep?
Red Keep, Shadow Keep.
This is
yeah,
why you don't
Red
deserve
Keep,
to come
Shadow
back.
Keep,
No, I'm joking.
same thing, whatever. The last cutscene was my favorite cutscene that Destiny's ever done.
Oh, with Eris more. Oh no, or with you seeing
No,
yourself.
with when you're seeing yourself.
Yeah.
That shit fucking was. I loved it. Like, that was my favorite cutscene that Destiny. Well, besides that and the speaker telling what's his name to go kill himself. That was actually pretty. Whoever got the clearance for that one-liner, by all means, go kill yourself.
That was pretty good, honestly.
Besides that one-liner, that was like my favorite cutscene, just because it really did show like a dark side to like what they want to do.
Ike, out of all of Destiny 2, well, like what's your favorite? Like what keeps you playing? Because obviously you have to enjoy what you're doing, right? So what keeps you going?
I think them like putting in new perks also kind of changed the games up a little bit. And each season, people they bitch, they moan, they talk about, oh, how come I gotta like use this type of weapon with NC barrier, or I have to like do overload on this gun. I think it refreshes something new because I wasn't a huge fan of sidearms, and then it became a thing on Artifact, and then it kind of opened my eyes to see like, oh crap, when it comes to like primaries, sidearms have the best DPS, right?
Yep.
So there's just things that you learn over time because Bungie has been opening this up, but it's cool to just get all these new perks because then certain weapon types work well together, right? So like, if I wanted to use, perfect example, Truth Teller, people come in like, what the hell do I want in my Truth Teller? Truth Teller has various ways of being a really good gun because you can blind someone, but then like also has disruption break. But if you take off a shield, your kinetic does more damage. So then like the best thing to put there is just have auto loading. You shoot it, blinds, breaks the shield, you get 50% damage off, and the thing is blind. Boom, you get to like, even if you run Izanagi or something like that, you decide to run 2 specials. It's a perfect combo, And for those like in Crucible, you can do like a grave robber swashbuckler thing where like you just punch someone. Perfect for Titans, and then you just boom, your grenade launcher can one-shot someone. So like there's different variations that they put in. Like even this season they brought in like sympathetic arsenal. And they threw on the bow and the AR. Not a great choice. But if that thing is up on like a machine gun or like a heavy, for an instance, that's going to be a really good thing right there. Like imagine you're doing DPS, you don't have to worry about reloading because you went to your heavy, you killed like one small ad, everything is reloaded, right? So over time, I feel like the game is slowly getting better, and even unrelenting. Unrelenting would be a great perk on a hand cannon, but they didn't put it there, right? They give us unrelenting on like a pulse rifle.
It's true.
After 2 kills in Crucible with a hand cannon, your health is back, right? So like, why would you put that on a hand cannon right away when you know a lot of people are going to be using it, right? Put on an AR that has like a slow time to kill. It's not a 600, so someone's just not going to be going around just killing people and getting their life back, So they're slowly making the game a lot better, and then being able to customize even stasis subclasses is going to be another thing too, right? There are like levels to it. That Titan subclass looks like it's going to be very, very mobile.
Oh
and
yeah,
I feel like,
consume that barrier. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, that's absurd. Walking over shield. Hello.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it's going to be fun, man. The Warlock subclass still looks the most broken because it's just range with a fucking staff.
Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong.
Like that's just gonna be wild.
Yep.
Honestly, everything's gonna be broken for
I'm
For a
Yeah,
few months.
I'm excited because now the exotics seem to, because let's face it, everyone uses the same two or three exotics, right? They have their choices, but I think what they're adding now is gonna change the game a little bit. Because I'm typically either on my hunter, I will only ever use stompies or frosties, right? Or sorry, or I guess those two are like pretty much the main ones that I'll typically use. Or Gemini Jester is probably one of my favorites for PvP because I like being toxic. But the new one where you can now turn your hunter and have it like jump, like blink, that's pretty sweet. Now I'm just like, okay, now it's kind of like D1 days. Now I have blink on my hunter. Why not, right? So
Yeah.
that's probably the exotic I'm most excited for. Like, how about you guys? Like, what's the one new exotic that they showed, obviously, that you're most excited for?
Go ahead, EK.
Um, I'm probably gonna go with the Warlock gloves because it seems like it spreads to a lot of different places.
Oh, the poison.
And yeah, the poison. Yeah,
Mm.
and I feel like if that works really well with the melee subclass for stasis, because if you think about it, that
Oh.
have like another long range melee. That's what it seems like from the staff. That's gonna be pretty wild. And if you can freeze things and poison them and keep it going, there's gonna be plenty of ways to kind of make that work. So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because your rift can like freeze people as well. Like,
yeah.
oh
Or
shit.
another thing that like most people don't pay attention to is you can charge like your melee and your grenade if you're using the well subclass when other people stand in your rift and stuff like that. You can possibly, if it's not, because it just doesn't say anything about a charge melee either. If it isn't a charge melee, it's just your regular melee, that is going to be ridiculous because you're going to
Yeah.
be able to poison a bunch of stuff down, and then if you can stack it with like buffs and buffs, that might be another like good thing to use there. So we'll see. But yeah, that those gloves are wild.
I'm excited for that sword, the the barrier one.
Oh, Gears of War, baby. Gears of War,
I
baby.
fucking hate anti-barrier fucking enemies. So I just can't wait to fucking slice. I'm gonna be that guy. I will be the anti-barrier sword dedicated person to fuck everything up.
Do you think the sword will be like a one hit, like to take down the shield? I'm assuming so, right? Because if it's forcing you to go that close, I'm assuming you're going to be able to take that shield
You gotta be able
completely,
to
right?
get the reward. Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely, or because the sword looks like it ramps up, so
Mhm.
they might just where like if you have it fully ramped up, you could just like take the shield down and do damage. Maybe the sword has like maybe a like a disruption break effect or something like that. Who knows? Whereas like when you take it off, you get to do more damage.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah, that would actually be pretty sweet. I'm assuming that this is a guess, but I would assume that maybe in the new raid they're gonna bring in like maybe new things or maybe stick to anti-barrier, but have a lot of it in the game so that way you have to be more versatile like with
yeah,
what you're using. So that's my guess what they're gonna add. I think the sword can come in handy if you have someone very aggressive.
yeah. Now the sword would be really nice. You could probably even put that on the hunter because
Oh,
if the hunter has the dodge ability that becomes a blink, there's going to be times where because you still have your jump,
Yep.
so you probably just blink and then it takes you off the radar for a bit. You could get in close. There are plenty of ways to kind of use that sword on any of the classes, so that's going to be fun to see. I still think No Time to Explain is probably going to be really good. Um, just from seeing what it does and what they put out, that gun is probably going to be insane for a prime level. Like you legit have like it's almost like the overpowered arc soul like that comes around and shoots things for you. So depending on how much damage that thing does, that might be a really good gun to have as well.
especially for the raid if there's a bunch of enemies coming at you. I'm assuming that we're gonna need to freeze a lot of these enemies. Like I think it's actually gonna be that intense.
Mhm.
But I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of good content for what's to come, and I think they have a good plan because I know I remember in the Vidog they were talking about their goal is to eventually do crossplay, right? And I think
Mhm.
once we even hit that point in Destiny 2, I think it's gonna be very exciting overall. But besides Destiny 2, and obviously that's your main game, um, you used to play a lot of basketball, and I definitely want to cover this topic before we end the podcast today. But do you still do intramurals? Do you still play like anything? Do you have
Man, I haven't played basketball since like I lived in Medford, and even that it was like my friend he hit me up, was like, "Yo, this is a rec league game today. Come, come play."
Come dunk on some kids.
Yeah, I went and played, and I was like, I shouldn't be here. It was weird. I had like 52 points for no reason. The guy that was sticking me, he was like, "Hey man, you're tall. How you making threes?" I was like, I was a guard in college. Everyone's like, they see you're 6'5", oh, you're a big man, like going to paint.
It's true.
Yeah, power forward, center. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned my back to the basket, but I'm not a freaking big man. Like, just freaking Steph Curry and I are the same height. Like, it's just life, man. It's pretty weird when it comes to that.
That's wild.
COVID kind of took over, and I haven't played ball in a while, man. I miss playing ball. I was actually talking to one of my friends today, one of my college friends, about it, man. We used to go hard in the gym, and that honestly, basketball is like one of the fastest ways for me to get back in shape. And
100%.
So I don't know if Alex was going to ask this, but Spider will. If you could pick, or wait, hold on. Is this one of the things? Am I going to F up?
Wouldn't be the first time. I'm joking. What?
Never mind. We'll never mind. Forget it. Forget what I was.
Oh, you're about to spoil something? Oh, okay, cool. No.
Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil something, so we'll wait another few minutes and then you can just ask it anyway.
Yeah. So basically, what Liger's doing on the screen, he's making sure that he doesn't spoil any of the hot takes. So hot takes is what we do at the end. We'll do it in a couple minutes. We'll probably do who do you like more, Savage or Black Arrow? Like we'll probably like say shit like that, and you can say neither. Like we know the truth, man. It's all good.
The Black Arrow. I guess we'll take Savage.
We'll take a Savage.
Savage asked a very important question a little bit ago, and I wanted to ask. We were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of lotion do you use, EK? Because your face is looking smooth. He said.
Dude, hold on.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. He's got the lotion on hand.
Yo, hashtag ad, bro. Hashtag ad. All right.
So. This thing is pretty good for your skin. It's a Vino crack skin relief. I don't know if you guys can see this thing, but like
Vino, I see it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I also have like a Vino soaps or whatever that I use.
Put it on your cheeks and your nose, and
yeah.
Do you rub it down there, bro? Do you rub it down and make sure that lotion is all good, nice and smooth, babe?
Like, my body would kind of like get a little dry, and then I put on lotion, man. Sometimes I look extra shiny, but it's better than nothing.
That's funny.
There you go. Fair enough.
My buddy, my buddy, 925. So I know him in real life. Like he's a rapper. He just has a lot of things that he does in life. And him saying black don't crack. It's true, man. It's true. EK is 42 years old and doesn't look a day over 25. It's kind of crazy.
Wait till I have 42.
What's crazy in this room right now, and I'm gonna give everyone 3 to 5 seconds. Who do you think is the oldest in this room right now? And it's me, and that's the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure is, bitch.
Like it's actually pretty insane. But
wait, EK, how old are you again, EK?
31.
Oh, he's older than me actually. I thought he was a little bit younger.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. You're actually older than me.
Yeah. 29, 30, 31.
Damn,
how about
bro. that? Bro, where's the birthday party, bro? When are we doing this thing, huh?
Dude,
this guy July doesn't plan shit. Doesn't do anything.
But my community, we got up to 69 subs though. My birthday, which is crazy.
Remember when I messaged you? I'm just like, nah, fuck 69. Go for 10,000. And guess what? Oh, by the way, anyone listening, EK achieved 10,000 subs during the month where they were when Bungie and obviously Twitch linked up. You get you get that emblem by gifting 2 subs, and EK smacked it out of the park. Like
Fucking destroyed
Unbelievable,
it.
man. Unbelievable. And obviously, let's give some
Homeboy
shout
made
outs to
that bank.
Chaotic. Chaotic, obviously, gifting easily the most subs there, and a lot of other friends that did fantastic. I know I gifted some subs. Savage, and I know, I don't know if you want to give some shout outs, EK, to like some of the other friends. I know Pesties was in there
Yeah.
too.
A bunch of people came in. Freaking Twaz came in.
Wednesday as well, right? So
Came in Wednesday. Yeah, everyone just like kind of just went in on it. It was cool. At the same time, like it was one of those things where you know you can see like greed come out of some others in our directory as well. Because like when I got off, I just hosted someone else, and I was like, "Hey, this person's another Destiny streamer, right? You know,
mhm.
like hey here, you know, like get your emblem still, you know." But yeah, that was a good thing, and also like kind of you kind of seeing some shady stuff too, but that's life, right?
That's in general. Whether you're in life or online, you'll there's obviously gonna be different types of people. You know, I'm gonna give Liger a compliment because anyone that knows Liger, as long as we have EK, because obviously we've known Liger for a long time. Let's face it, Liger, you've been very positive on Twitter lately. You're not ripping on anyone. You're very, you've changed, man. You're a changed man. You're a good guy now. So
Positive Twitter. Oh
he's
shit!
he's a lot better, man. He's I honestly, I gotta give some props when props is due. Like, I gotta say, man, he's not his old self. He's maturing. He's growing. It's crazy, man.
Okay.
Low key though, no, one of my coworkers who's now one of my bosses follows me on Twitter, so I have to
Oh, you have to watch what you're saying
I
now. So
I
wait a
have to
minute, wait a minute,
fucking
wait a minute, wait a minute. You're telling
I
me
have to reel it in a little
you
bit.
didn't grow yourself. You needed someone
No,
else to
I
follow
did.
you. Go
I
fuck
am,
yourself.
it's like I realized I said stupid shit. I started stupid arguments and stupid shit with random fucking people I don't know, I've never met, and I realized that like, all right, you're making yourself look bad, and then, but if like my boss sees this, then I'm gonna look really stupid. So, yeah.
No, you'll be fine. But no, it's good. Like honestly, when it
And I
comes,
want to move. And I want to move up in my company, so I don't want him to give me any reason to give me shit
no,
or a promotion or a bonus.
and at the this is so. I'm gonna give a shout out to Rogue and Jin in the chat. Rogue being hilarious in the chat right now. He's writing not my Liger, maybe this Liger. Liger underscore 313. Oh my god, they're doing the underscore jokes. But anywho,
God,
so
y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
no, but honestly, like on Twitter, I see so much negativity. I've muted a fuck ton of people lately. Like if I
I muted so many people
when
this week.
it's okay to
Oh, like,
debate back and forth, but to rip on someone, to call them a virgin or to fucking call them an idiot just because of their own opinion, it's just like at this point, like it's okay to have an opinion. You don't have to like if EK says I like wearing hats and I'm just like, well, I don't like wearing hats. Go fuck yourself. You're an idiot. It like come on, man. Like it's I think at this day and age, I think it's good that there's some people with some positive Twitter feeds, showcase it. Because I think I've noticed you, EK, you posted every once in a while like some nice things like motivational. I think you posted actually a picture of yourself, I think on Instagram and on Twitter, showcasing, hey, look, I'm not perfect, but I'm working, I'm striving. Like that's real. Like that's how you connect to everyone, right? So
Yeah.
I'm about to hit that. I'm about to do the same thing EK did once I feel real confident with this bod.
do you see EK's biceps, bro? The EK's biceps
Dude,
are the
look at
size of
those
your
arms. Those arms are huge.
yeah, man. It's bigger than your fucking leg, bro. Like got
Holy
this.
well, let's slow down there. I got some strong fucking legs, okay?
But
Don't
all right.
you fucking start with me.
But
Anyway.
all right. But
Same thing. Very, very proud of you, EK, for starting to make that change and get on that rower, because cardio rowing is not fun. I will first to agree. So good on you, man.
is
That's all.
is Liger challenging EK to a 1v1 at GCX 2021? I'm assuming that they'll have one next year.
I doubt they have any rowers, but no.
But
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm impressed with what he's doing, and I'm proud of him. That's all.
I like it. No, EK's killing it, man. EK's killing it. I've been watching him since like for honestly many years at this point. Ike is a good guy. So for anyone that has never met Ike in person, he is as tall as like his pictures, and he is 6'5". Like he's a tall dude, but one of the nicest people I've met. He's very approachable. So if you ever see him at PAX West or Guardian Con, he's definitely one of those people you can just say hi to, and he may look scary, but he likes hugs. So just hug him. Maybe not during COVID season, but he likes hugs.
And I got something for your CK. Remember when you gave me this?
Oh yeah.
No.
Official Ekuegan shit bucket. Guys, this was legit. I have one of like none.
Yeah, there's. I
Well,
think
dusty.
5 of them ever made.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these are made, but I have an official.
That's pretty bad.
Like
That's
Ekuegan
actually pretty
shit bucket.
sick. Honestly, that's actually pretty sick. I actually own a couple EK shirts. So yeah, I'm gonna do a hashtag ad for people here. So EK has some sick merch on his Twitch. You just scroll down, you can click all his links there, and he has a lot of partnerships. And when it comes to his merch, there's some sick ass clothing and good material. So for anyone that's looking to buy some new clothing, maybe get themselves an early Christmas gift, definitely a way to go. But so we'll end the podcast with hot takes. So for anyone that has never watched the episode before, or our podcast in general, or listened, hot takes are basically like a would you rather type of scenario. So we'll say this or that, and then if I say blue or red, you're going to be like blue, and then next one. And then the hot takes will eventually get harder and harder and harder till the ending. Okay? So the point is you don't want to think too much about it. You just want to answer it. Okay? So hot take number 1, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Damn,
I'm with you there. I'm with you there because Destiny 2, in my opinion, is a better game. So, hot take number 2, Last Wish or the Oryx raid?
Oh, Kingsfall.
Kingsfall? Nice. Number 3, would you rather become an NBA basketball player or do what you do now and continue Twitch? Because I know you wanted to be a ball player.
Now make it so you'd make.
Okay, do you want to be
equal money.
you want to be ninja of Twitch to making that type of money, or you want to be an NBA basketball player? What would you choose?
I mean, if it was me starting out, I would have chosen, the NBA aspect of it, just because you get to travel and you get to compete for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like being where I'm at now and looking at it and seeing how you can control everything. And you don't have to like overwork yourself. I would say probably the ninja side.
Nice. All right. Number 4 for the hot takes. Would you rather go to GuardianCon every single year, meet some of your fans, or visiting Bungie headquarters? What do you choose?
I mean, I would say Bungie, just because, you're gonna meet people, but those people also meet you daily. It doesn't have to be a physical thing that you have to be there in person to have an impact on someone, But then like going to Bungie and having opportunities, maybe even help out the sandbox or give ideas or see what they're thinking about. I've been there, I think 5 times, and it's been great every time. So I'll probably take that.
And you live in Seattle now, as Jen is saying, so you could just drive up there like a normal shift.
Yeah.
So hot take number 5, the finale. For all the twabs out there, do you go and choose Cosmo or DMG?
Oh, that's easy. That's Cosmo.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. That's amazing.
Cosmo is the lad.
But yeah, no, I just want to say, EK, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. For anyone watching or listening, we have a YouTube account now, so you're more than welcome to subscribe. Take a look at all the episodes that we've had in the past. This episode will be uploaded later today for anyone watching on Twitch right now. We do go live next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I don't know if people can see it, but I have around maybe $1,200 of Pokemon boxes behind me. So if for anyone that can see like this brown box that's right down there, we're gonna be opening packs next week. So I have some limited edition packs back there, and maybe we'll pull something. So we'll have a little fun next week, a little bit different. And for anyone who, who's listening, again, be sure to follow Ekuegan on Twitch and Twitter and his YouTube account. I'm gonna put the command in the chat, so hit him up and hit that follow, and be sure to check him out because he is a great streamer. So,
Hell yeah.
So I'm your host, Spidercides. This is Liger 313_ because we got to put that underscore in there, and then Ekuegan. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Bye.